So what's going on in the Joe Rogan subreddit, right? And it seems like Joe Rogan pissed off Wladimir Klitschko, former boxer, very legendary boxer, and he's also from the Ukraine, if you guys didn't know that. And, you know, he's been very outspoken about the Ukraine. He's kind of calling out Joe Rogan for this take that he had about the Ukraine. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but apparently Biden gave them permission to use rockets now.
What I don't feel safer is right now they're launching missiles into Russia.
Yeah.
How are you allowed to do that when you're on the way out?
They're already at war, dude. Like, well, you can't use rockets no more. Like, I guess you don't think that Russia used rockets, and then now all of a sudden that Ukraine has rockets. It's like, wait, you're being unfair. Now let's see what Wladimir Klitschko says.
Joe Rogan, I listened to your latest podcast. I'm sending you this video to let you know that I disagree. You talk about these American weapons being sent to Ukraine, which you believe will lead to the Third World War. So, let me tell you that you're repeating Russian propaganda. Putin's Russia is in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, they have been in war for like, 3 years, and just one small small state protecting their land.
So they want to scare you and people like you. His war was supposed to last 3 days. It has lasted 3 years, thanks to the heroism and sacrifice of us Ukrainians. So you're using the only weapon that Putin really intends to use, propaganda. And this weapon really weakens our democracies. Putin's Russia wants to destroy Ukraine quietly. They want America to stay quiet. Not great, but quiet.
Yeah, like, when did Russia become our buddies? When did we start saying, yeah, Putin, you know what, man, we should start trusting that guy? You know, when has Putin done anything wrong? When has Putin ever done anything, criminal, right?
A great America is not an America that abandons countries that defend freedom with their lives. In short, you see, I have quite a few points of difference. If you invite me on your podcast, we could discuss them like free men.
So right there, he wants to be on the Joe Rogan Experience and wants to talk to Joe and maybe explain why, he's being fed misinformation and why he's eating it. He's eating all the misinformation. So I'm going to show you here the video that Wladimir is responding to what Joe Rogan said about the Ukraine. So here is that clip.
I feel safer knowing that Trump is in office.
I do too.
I feel great about it.
What I don't feel safer is right now they're launching missiles into Russia.
Yeah.
How are you allowed to do that when you're on the way out? Like, the people don't want you to be there anymore. There should be like some sort of a pause for like significant actions that could potentially start World War III.
Let's just pause the Ukraine-Russian war because it's getting a little dicey, guys. Oh no. What the heck is this? The only time I think they've ever stopped war was like Christmas or something. They're gonna celebrate Christmas or something. So they just stopped for one day and then they did like a little 1 day truce to stop killing each other and celebrate the festivities and then the next day they just all freaking wiped each other out, right? Like, what the heck is this conversation, dude?
Maybe that would be a good thing that we would like to avoid from a dying former president.
Trump left them the Afghanistan thing. Biden is leaving him the Ukraine and Russian thing. So I don't know. I think it's kind of like even Stevens there,
Look, I don't know about politics.
Zelensky says Putin is terrified. You, man. You people. You people are about to start World War III.
See, that's where I guess a lot of people took it as, oh, you mean like the Ukrainian people fucked them all? Like, what the like this... Seems like we clearly know what side you're in, right, dude? Yeah, so not only that, he was being called out by other people too, like this guy here.
Joe Rogan, me, as Ukrainian veteran, want to ask you, who the f*** you are to tell f*** you to our president and commander-in-chief of our army, to tell f*** you to all Ukrainian people who desperately fighting for survival in a war against a nuclear army led by a mad dictator Putin, who dreams of restoring the Soviet Union and then conquering the whole world. I'll surely surprise you, but the Third World War has already begun. Recently, North Korea joined this war, and it's only a matter of time before other countries join it. This is a harsh reality, my darling. It's time for you and other little pussies like you to stop whining about the dangers of Third World War and start preparing for it. The entire civil world should wake up and give the strongest and decisive response to the axis of evil, because aggressors understand only one language, and this language is force. I thought you as martial artist should understand it perfectly. Instead of discussing another stupid conspiracy theory while smoking drugs on your podcast, you'd be better off teaching a little history and remembering what a peaceful policy towards Hitler led to in 1939. If you want to hear an opinion different from Russia propaganda, invite Wladimir Klitschko to your podcast and discuss it. Don't be a stupid.
Let me know what your thoughts about what might end up being this whole events, and will it wind up being World War III in the end?